take it from there. So let's just have a live performance part 2 of the song. We were going to put in the audio, but we're going to have it live instead, which is just absolutely better. And why not? Live is always good. And I'll let you introduce the song. But before you introduce it, tell us a bit about the back. It's a little bit more detail of the song, and then probably mentioned it in the podcast already. But just give us a brief background and fire away.
Sure thing. The song is called Fishing Town on the North Coast of Clare. And any artist listening knows we are always having to find that fine line in the creative process where we allow the pure, unadulterated creativity to come through while not stifling it or getting too analytical, even though we know we're going to need to take a scalpel to it at some point. You know, we're going to have to apply a little bit of math and a little bit of logic, you know, otherwise the songs would all be 20 minutes long. So basically, I didn't let the idea that I had no idea if Clare could have a fishing town, much less a North Coast, stop me. And I just went ahead and wrote the song. And the music for the song was also one that that just sort of wrote itself. It just seemed to be the music that needed to accompany those words. And there are elements in the song that have to do with the danger of being on the water. There are elements in the song that spoke to how it felt to live in New York and be playing in bars and you know, having that late night overstimulated, alcoholed, over smoked environment. You know, that was all in my life at the time, and definitely factored into the song. But then as the song continued to pour out of me, I realized there's a story here about my dad. There's a story here about relationships between fathers and sons of all stripes, and the importance of finding purpose. So it's just, I love it because I don't feel like I can take credit for all the layers of the onion that eventually were revealed in the song. You know, when it came to me, it felt like an onion. And then after it was written and I started playing it for people and they were giving me their impressions of the song, I was like, oh, that's a layer I hadn't even realized was in there. Or that's another layer and another layer. And then the icing on the cake was just that the very first time I performed the song live, it was at a place called Kenny's Castaways in the West Village. And the place was packed. It was a great night. And I got up on stage and I mentioned that it was about a fishing town on the north coast of Clare. And a woman that I hadn't seen in years stood up at the back of the room and held out a photograph and said, I just came back from Clare. I have pictures. And they were all pictures of like red fishing boats in this fishing town in Clare. So it was like there was the stamp from the universe that it was all happening like it was supposed to happen. So anyway, that's the story. I saw her last Thursday. I was drunk in the bar. I asked her the question, you know, but didn't get very far. We were all sitting around and wondering when the boats would come home. So I lit up her cigarette, gets better than smoking alone. Now Mick was a line man on Miss Vernon's Bay. Now he watches the harbor empty of sail. His hands are in square knots that he can't untie. And he says he don't miss the life, but you and I, we know that's a lie. Death's not far, and time ain't fair, and this little fishing town on the north coast of Clare. Death's not far, but the wind is fair in this little fishing town on the north coast of Clare. Quaysides since I was a boy, since my daddy done give me a boat as a toy. I still keep that ship on a shelf where it's gathering dust. Yeah, my father once told me, son, we all do what we must. Death's not far, and time ain't fair in this little fishing town on the north coast of Clare. Death's not far, but the wind's still fair in his little fishing town on the north coast of Clare. Now Andrew the boatsman, he was my best man, and he trusted his skipper to get back to land. But an unmarked reef in a storm tore out our keel. Now there ain't no bottle can numb how I feel. Death's not far, and time ain't fair in this little fishing town on the north coast of Clare. Death's not far, but my heart still cares for my little fishing town on the north coast of Clare. Fishing Town. Thank you. Thank you for the on-camera applause. Fraser, appreciate it.
Brilliant. Now we are live on. That was fantastic. I'm just wow. That was really nice. Such a nice, relaxing song to listen to, and we are live on Facebook. We are already in Periscope, and I had a couple of comments. Actually, one of my people I know who does a guy called Herbie Merrin, who is also in New York. He's in Brooklyn. He's an Uber driver, so I've got a lot of New York connections.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
You think I live there, but I don't. But I'd like to live there.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Yeah. So shout out to Herbie Mellon from Herb's Hangouts, a guy to Fireman Rich, he was just saying he was having a beer and listening to the song while at the end of a great day. So that's good. And
That's awesome.
I know, couldn't go wrong, brilliant. And a woman called Angie, she's actually in Europe, so she's watching. So just to shout out to these people who are watching on the video platforms we're streaming to, but as I say, it's mainly for the audio podcast, which benefits those who are listening. We have been listening to James and Gilchrist and his wife, Julie Sherwood, and just fantastic listening to these live performances. It's brilliant.